Postcards from the camper. Welcome. Gosh, it's so quiet here. This is what makes it worth it. I mean, it's quiet where I live, but then there's so many things I'm doing that's on my list of things to do to actually remove myself and come to this space where it's a different kind of, there's so many things to do. I'm loving it. Thanks for joining me. Postcards from the camper. It's a couple things I want to share. First of all, we got here a little later last night than I'd intended. And so it was dark. It was just at that time where it's starting to get dark. So I'm trying to rush because, trying to get as much as I can done while there is still light. And I stopped myself at one point and I'm like, this is how mistakes get made. Just slow down. And so as it got darker, I moved slower, realizing that I needed assistance. I had a headlight on, and as I was doing all the things to get settled, I just slowed down intentionally in order that I could focus more. And I realized I got frustrated because things are just harder in the dark. And friends, if you don't get that metaphor, things are just harder in the dark. Jesus Christ is the light of the world and brings light into my life and through my life, and I hope in and through yours. And I want to share a couple of things that I've learned this summer. Malachi was the most interesting study I've done in a long time. It's the last book of the Bible in the Old Testament. And so it's this book of a prophet, and then there's 400 years of silence until Jesus Christ is born. And so I was real curious, what does Malachi have to say to us? And Malachi, who was a prophet, was speaking the words of God, and God was basically, through Malachi, used some strong language, but basically saying, I am with you. You are not alone. I've got this. Cling to me. And so those are words that I am coming back to. Now, there's a whole lot more in Malachi that I gleaned, but that's the theme. That's the big theme. We often go to the last book of the Bible, Revelation, because we want to know the end story. That's what really fascinates us. But friends, we have to start at the beginning and work our way to that spot in order to really understand what God is saying, first in Malachi and then in Revelation, which truthfully both are basically saying the same things. I've got this, and you're not alone. So moving into the fall, first of all, it's August. Who camps in August? Only if you have air conditioning. I do. So it's very muggy. It's been raining, which has given me some time to just relax and be inside. And that's real fun too, because I haven't done much of that. But this, the last 2 weeks here in August, I'm studying. I'm getting ready for the fall. I'm looking forward to it. I've got some new classes, and I hope you'll check them out. But I just want to share, if you're starting at the beginning again, and that's what we're doing, then this is a fantastic study. First of all, it's great for beginners, but this study is also great for those who are revisiting the story, who want to come through the Bible and explore it in a new way. Because the truth is, as we grow in our faith, as we grow through life experiences, we are learning and becoming more of who God created us to be, hopefully. And so as we do so, it's great to go back into the story and reread it, because we're not the same. So this is going to help us do that. And I would really encourage you, if you know somebody who doesn't know the Bible, who wants to learn it, this is a great beginning. This is a great way to get the big story, theme-based, Genesis through Ruth. Genesis through Ruth, which has amazing stories, and I know you're going to have fun with me on that. And the next one is Field Notes. I think this book, first of all, it's written by Sarah Bessey. Sarah Bessey is amazing. She was a cohort of Rachel Held Evans, who I've taught many of her books. She's got a slew of books that are so helpful for those of us who are walking this journey of faith. Sarah Bessey has a slew of books of her own, but this one I thought would be particularly meaningful. This is going to give us some hands-on how to live out our faith. How do you connect with God? Spiritual disciplines. You know, what are these things that we do that help us stay connected? And then my third study, it's really all we need is the Bible, the inner circle. That's Peter, James, and John. They were fishermen, and Jesus called them. They were the first to be called by Jesus, and those three had an opportunity to witness things with Jesus that nobody else got to witness. Why? We're going to explore those stories. I hope you'll check out all of these incredible studies. They're all offered for free. You've got a beautiful butterfly monarch. I wish you could see it. I hope he lands right here. Wouldn't that be fun? If that wasn't a sign, friends, I don't know what is. I hope you'll join me. I love you guys, and I thank you for the support, for the ways that you have reached out and congratulated us on 5 years. This is, I don't do this by myself. This is a ministry that I have a group of people in addition to a community who said yes to this. And I hope you are inviting others to come and check us out, because there are, whether you're in the church or whether you are beyond the church, there are places for you in this community, this family of God, who are living their lives together in order to get strength to live it alone.